Evening all, and welcome to episode 45 of season 7 of Factory Town, where I mentioned last episode I would like to do some Steam input and boost our things with Steam and other bits and pieces, and Robin commented on the last video, thank you very much, that perhaps we could also do some mana stuff, which I don't really do, to be honest with you. I don't use the boosters or anything like that because they've changed a lot and things have done differently, and so I'm going to go for it because I need to learn some things as well. There are some new new shrines. These things here, there are shrines. See, the fire shrine produces magma. The water shrine produces water. The air shrine uses air mana energy to speed up nearby buildings and units and speed up natural resource regeneration. So I'm not entirely sure how these work. I've not used them at all. They have been in the game for a little while. They were in the previous playthrough, but I never really used them at all. So that's a thing we could do. The other thing we do as well is that a lot of these have the ability to have a water booster added to them and a steam booster, so we could really increase efficiency by doing things that way. If I add a water booster to them, then we definitely want to boost the water production because we're going to use water crystals to boost that. And then if we come up here, we need to increase our lumber mills, and they have air boosters. So I kind of want to do that, but I mean, it gives us two. What I'm concerned about is using up too many crystals and not having enough to do it. We can always change this up anyway. I mean, this uses 8 air ether in 4 work units, and obviously this produces 4 in 10, so this is nowhere near powerful enough. In order to get this working so that they all actually produce crystals all the time, so that there's no pause, I think I'll go 3 to 1. I think. Let's bring up trusty calculator, which I should really put on screen when I'm doing this sort of thing, but I mean, I'm sure you can follow along at home. So it takes 10 seconds to produce 4. So we go 60 is a minute, divided by 10 is obviously 6, and then times 4 means we're producing 24 a minute. Hopefully my math is correct there. So, I'm going to go with that. We're going 24 a minute. And we're actually going to consume 8 every 4 seconds. So 60 divided by 4 times 8 means we're actually consuming 120 a minute. Is that right? I think so. I think that's right. Yeah, 60 divided by 4 is 15. So that's 15 work units in a minute. Well, it's 15 cycles in a minute. So you take a minute, you divide it by the amount of time it takes to do it. So that means that we can fill this bar with 4 work cycles 15 times a minute. And then obviously we times that by 8. We get 120. So it's using 120. Okay. And that is producing 24. So 120 divided by 24 means we need 5 of these. I'm concerned that my numbers are wrong here. No, that would be right. You need 5 elemental refineries. Just if you have one worker, if it's working at 1 speed, you need 5 elemental refineries to keep up with an air temple, with a temple. I mean, yeah, that seems wrong. Am I right there? Someone will tell me if I'm right. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with you need 5 because it's 10 to 4. Yeah. So we need 5 elemental refineries. Obviously, we can speed them up by adding things to it. So added steam to it. That makes 1 elemental refinery worth 2. Each person obviously has 1.5, so we'd have to have 2 people to get to 2. So that means instead of having 5, we would now need 2.5 refineries. But if we had a steam booster, that gives us 1 work unit, which means that add a steam booster to these, that means we need 2.5. But if we had a water booster, which gives us 2 work units, that makes it 3 a second. So that means it's only going to take 3.3 seconds to produce one thing. So 60 divided by 3.3 is 18.18 yada yada yada. So we'll just go we'll go with 18. I should round it up really, but we'll go with 18. And then 18 times 4 means we produce 72 a minute. So 120 divided by 72 is 1.6. So yeah, if we added a steam booster and a water booster, we need 2 refineries, roughly, I think. I need to write things down better, because I need to visualize that all in my head to figure that out. But I'm going with 2. We need steam booster and water booster. So let's do that. So first we need to double the elemental refineries. We will also then need to figure out this here. 1 every 10, and that's every 4. We probably have to have extra ones of those as well, doing their thing. Otherwise, we're going to struggle. And some things need moving, and then we need to add mana pipes to stuff and do things. And it's I've never really done the boosting stuff. And then obviously, as I said, we have these things here. So if you put an air shrine nearby, building that consumes air mana energy to speed up nearby units and buildings. Don't know what that means. Let's put one down and find out what it does. So it covers this area. Okay, so if we put it there, we get the center 2. But let's just put it over here for a minute. Oh. Transmit air boost. So it takes 1 air crystal, takes 1 work unit. Fills a boost meter for nearby buildings that have the air booster upgrade. This is a water booster upgrade. Okay, let's add this. Honk. There we go. There's the mana booster. If we move that up there, so transmit. Let's go underground. We're experimenting now. Mana pipes. So I want to take air out of one of these. Which one was air? This one's air, isn't it? Oh yeah, the air would have gone because we used up some air. I'm going to pause the game for a moment. Let's mana pipe. We have 217. Run this up here, and remember, mana pipes can cross, and that will be fine. That won't make any difference here. I can actually show this now. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but not really shown it. So let's do this, and then stop. Okay, let's go back over here. You will then receive that, and you are boosting that. This is getting a boost. Awesome. Right? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. But the other thing I wanted to test was... Can you just do that? Because I thought you could. You can. Okay. Okay, so you can, but it depletes the crystal. Which is interesting. And sorry, I sound a little confused by that because if this consumes them, and adds a boost. And if you drop one in there, but it doesn't consume them, why would you ever use this building? And actually, this does drop them down, and then it. My guess would be that to build a pipe system to feed each individual lumber mill, or whatever building has the manor one, would be complicated on the ground. Whereas with this, you only technically have to do one. And then, like for instance, you could put this. Well, I can't put it there because of the spacing that I've done here, but I could have one here, and that could run 3 of them, and I could put another one over here, and that could run these 3. And then I just need a recharger, and to be able to keep up the mana source long enough, because it doesn't consume them, it doesn't actually use them, it just depletes them. So maybe we don't need to worry so much about producing all the extra stuff down here to keep up with demand, because you're not using the crystals, you are taking some out of the pot and then recharging them at a different location. So yeah, I did that. Yeah, see, so that's obviously filled the mana booster up here. Yeah, I'm a little confused by that. You could obviously set up your rechargers at each, in our case, lumber mill. I could set up a recharger outside each lumber mill, and it would recharge and then refill the lumber mill that way. Or you could have it go to an air shrine, and the air shrine can share its pool amongst many. I think that's the difference between them. This has an area effect. So like if we were to do it here with the water shrine, we could put down just say one water shrine to cover 2 of these and 2, and have a much smaller footprint for each one. A little strange. I'm honestly confused by how these shrines and things work. I feel as if the buildings should not be able to accept the crystals themselves, and the boosters should just literally be going into the shrines, because the shrines otherwise don't have a purpose, which is odd. But it's fine. We can also boost these as well if we need to. I don't think we need to right now. I think this is fine. The issue is our paper, which is right. Oh, our steam boost is actually dropped. We're running out of steam, so we need to look at our steam as well. So yeah, okay, so let's get a recharger. We might need multiple rechargers, I think. Yeah, this takes 4 to produce 1, and this uses 1 a second. So we need 4 rechargers just to keep up with this. So that would be the same. We need 4 rechargers per building to keep up with it, which is interesting. I'm looking at spaces here because I need a way to output the goods and then input them again. But we need to do something like this. And in fact, what we can do is we can move this to here. And that still covers all of those. Not a very small footprint, but it's a footprint nonetheless. Also here, do that and that. There and that and that, and input there, and that should work. Now I could use mana pipes for this. I'm going to use mana pipes for this actually, because they're faster. They are way faster. Or can I? Can is that? Here's a question: does this work? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work or not. That's not something I. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, you've all been weird and jammed up in places, and I don't know why. Why are you moving on to the next one? Is that what these things do? I don't know. I don't know what. Ah, okay, so I have been completely wrong about them, and I apologise for that because I didn't realise. So the default means that go into it if there's space, and hold and if not, then just wait for the next space to come available. Bypass means that if there isn't space, then go past. Apparently, that's what I'm seeing here. So yeah, because now I've set them to bypass. It's going around. So if I set these ones to bypass as well, that means everything will continue flowing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. All of these are full. You're not quite full, but the second you use up a crystal, you drop it out below, and then it goes down by default rather than going up, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. And it will go into the first one if there's space. If not, it'll go to the next one if there's space. If not, it will then come back. And then it goes around in circles. Really, I should have this on the end and have it as a line that goes past all 4 recharges, and the recharges come out and do their thing. That would have made more sense than doing it the way I've done it there. Okay. Now, I am kind of learning this as well. But you can see this is boosting all 3 buildings, this one little setup. Otherwise we'd have to have 4 recharges per building just to keep up. So yeah. And now you're full. You're absolutely, because you're now running at 3. You've got 2 from there. You are full. You are back on paper. We're actually running low on leather. Oh dear. We can have earth boosters to these, which is interesting. This makes me want to build things closer together, because I could get one earth booster and boost all of them. Okay, so let me rebuild this and explain what I was doing. Well, yeah, I'll rebuild it, explain what I was doing, mainly because I need to remember what I was doing myself. So we know that the air shrine is what produces the power for the buildings. So we want to put down an air shrine somewhere in the vicinity of the buildings. So if we put it here, then we know it covers, you see this air effect, it covers all of these buildings here. Can't get all 4 buildings, I'm going to get 3. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with 3. If you build things closer together, you could probably get more in one go. But in fact, this time I am going to build it differently. I'm going to build it down here. And we're going to do that facing that way. Boom, like that. This is going to be set to transmit air boost. Worker speed boost basically means that if a worker comes within range of it, they get a boost of air and they run faster, or wheel faster, or, you know, it just allows I don't know if it affects trains. I thought about that. Might affect trains, don't know. But our train system really should change to be magma powered. And of course, right, so yeah, and this uses 1 crystal per second, because 1 work circuit is 1 per second. So we need to supply it with crystals and then recharge them at a rate of 1 per second. The recharges, I put 1 down and face it this way, it takes 1 second, 1 work unit a second, but it takes 4 work units to produce a empty crystal to a charged crystal. So we need 4 of them. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Boom. And I put them in the row like this because this makes more sense. if we go underground and we go to our mana pipe system, we can drag from here to this one. You can't drag, if you drag over them, it won't add the points to them. It won't add the inputs and outputs, so you have to drag to each one. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm just going to drag it along and back to there. There we go. And I'm going to set each and every one of these to bypass. And set bypass means that if it is, it will input if it's allowed to. If it's full, it will let it go by. Default means it won't let it go by, it will stop. And hold, I don't know. Does hold mean just stop here and don't go any further? We need to do that. Let's change this one to hold and find out what happens. If we go hold. And we wait for a crystal to come down, which hopefully it will do at some point. Now they're all going up, they should be going down. Okay, so something went in there and then it's come out and gone. I don't know what hold means. I'm confused by it. So I'm not too sure what hold means. So I'm just going to put it back to bypass and leave it for the minute. And we want to move this one around as well. So we'll do that. Let's move you. No. Move to there, like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna, the rotation doesn't make any sense. I just want to there, go back underground. Let that do its thing. Stuff's coming out and going into the last one, but that's fine. Okay. So, and again, the direction of travel is important here. So make sure you drag the pipes down the correct way. If you can't get an Omni connector on there because there's a pipe already, you can just use the Omni connector and add one yourself. That's fine. Or you can remove the pipe and drag it in there again. That will work as well. There we go. So now all these will go down, bypass, bypass. This one will be bypass and bypass. So they will come out, they will go down. So they'll go into the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and then out and around. And the bypass means that it doesn't wait for the mana crystal to be inputted. If there's no space, it will just go around, which means that we'll have the flow of the full crystals will come out and go around again. Because they're all set to input, output. If they're just set to input, they would only input the crystal. And power means that it's only a power transferring. But I assume that's what happens when you do this. That becomes an input slot. I don't know what power means. More things I'm not familiar with. But anyway, that's fine. Do that. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to just copy this, do that, and let a certain amount out. I don't really know how many that'll do. That'll do. Probably way too. It's fine. Oh, go back underground. Fine. There we go. So it's all gone into the main one, and this one is now boosting these. I assume you could have more than one shrine boosting buildings, so if they overlapped, they would boost the same building twice if it requires it. They just basically send the mana booster to it as and when required. Not sure why you're not getting one. Why are you not affecting that? You're more affecting the end one rather than anything else. Don't know why. Hello? Do you want to do this one too? Do you want to? There's another building. You can do it. I believe in you. Ah, there we go. Now it's boosting it. So yeah, so these ones are full, and then it's boosting it. So it's a bit random. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's not a problem. But there we go. So we're using the air shrines to do it. As I said, you can do this exact same setup into a building directly using exactly the same thing. You have mana pipes go into it, but you're not constantly consuming them, so you don't have to constantly feed them. So we don't really need a booster down here. We do need a steam booster. Oh, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Let's go to the steam pipe overlay. That's why I couldn't see it. I was like, what's going on here? We do need to fix our steam, which we could do very, very easily. Let's flatten down some of this terrain. And what we need to do is we need to basically, well, we know we can feed 4 of these, I think it was. Maybe even more, I don't remember. We don't have enough brick to build another one. That's interesting. Where's our brick so low? Oh, it's got underground. That. Grab our fluid pipes and bomb. So this. Bomb. Then what we need to do is we also need to run coal back here as well. I'm going to pause the game. And we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to do that. Which means that the coal coming out of here will prioritise going into the station. Then when it's not in the station, it will go up here and it will feed that one, then this one, then this one. And I'm fine with that. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think we're now producing enough. Water turns right first and then goes to the left. That's why this one isn't quite as high on water, but that's fine. But now we're producing way more steam. I think we're still fine. I think we're still okay for... Yeah, I think we can have another one of these down. So now we've got the steam going. This should be flowing more with steam, which is awesome. Which means you're going to have better steam boost. There you go. You've got steam boost, you've got steam boost, you've got steam boost. Awesome. So we're producing way more books now than we need, which is fantastic. Getting our mana boosters going on there, which is also fantastic. The only problem is now, because we've obviously upgraded our consumption of goods like leather and stuff like that, we're not producing enough leather, although these all do seem to have filled up with books, which means you are now the ones that aren't running fast enough, and you can't boost the enchanter. There's no boost to it. The only thing you can do is add workers to it, so that's a thing. That's fine. That's fine, that's not a problem. This side is full up on books because this isn't being used. But these side two are struggling for books. Yeah, we don't have enough books being made at all. I'm thinking this needs a little bit of a redesign. Maybe a little bit though, because we may... What if we did this? What if we... right. So this is going to become one of the little issues we've got now. If I use the tab key to select columns and select that, it will also select anything underground. So it will select that steam pipe underground. And then if I copy that and try and move it somewhere, it will move the steam pipe, or it will copy the steam pipe and then might not let me place it down. I will show you what I mean. We'll highlight this. We know there's a steam pipe there. If I go Control and C to copy and then try and paste it down, see it's got an X. It says can't do that. That's because there is a steam pipe underground that you cannot see. So what we need to do instead is we need to go into the tools, the select block option, which I would like to put on my action bar, because it is something I use a fair bit. But let's drop it onto there. We don't need pick up item. When you start getting into pipes and things, it's very, very useful. So we'll select those, and then as I'm dragged out across it, I'll press Tab to change this, and then I will raise up. There you go. And that's the block I've selected. Then I'll use the Move tool, and I'll move this over by 2. And we'll do the same with these as well. And I've just got enough space for it. So do this. If everything's on the ground level, like it is here, you don't actually need to press the tab to go up. You can just literally select everything on the ground level. and it selects buildings, connections, and everything that's on the ground level. So we can just do that. Press move, go over by 2. It's saying no. Why is it saying? I think it's saying no because it is here. Let's do this move. Yeah, building is blocked. Not sure what it means by that. Oh, I know what it means by that. Sorry. But let's do this again. Let's select everything here and let's press tab. Go up a little bit. Move and go over, and it's still going to say no. I think it's because there is something on the belt. I'm pretty sure it does that with the belt. So if I remove whatever that was off the belt, then try again, go move. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so it's a issue with something on the belt. I'm not too sure with that. Move over there. Then what I want to do is I'm going to get an enchanter here. Okay. You can probably already see what I'm kind of doing here. Oh, copy that grabber, rotate it around, press control and back. Move this grabber over here, copy the grabber, put it there. Down, then build a splitter. There, and there we go. And that's doubled our input, and I think, I don't know whether this will keep up or not, I'm not sure. If it doesn't, we'll add an air booster to it, because we have an air booster right next to it, so we might as well. Let's do that. Let's just add air boosters to these as well. So they get steam and they get air boosters. They get all sorts of bonuses added to them, which is awesome. That's just what they want. We also need to get some mana crystals for this one as well, but we can do that via our mana pipe system underground. Remove this line here. Now, it's a little awkward when removing lines that are underneath the other ones. If you remove that, you remove both of them. I'm just going to leave it. I won't get a mana pipe back for it anyway, because it's I'll have to put one back down again, so no worries about that. What I'll do is I'm just going to tap off to this, and I'm going to drop it into there. Will that work? Don't rightly know. It does. It does work. Awesome. Okay, and then I can just cut that off back there. And that's way more than it ever needs, but it's fine. And then this is running, and there we go. There we go. And then you're getting boosted with mana, and we'll have to see whether this all keeps up and all works. But that means we're now doubling our books, and then I'll do the same here and I'll do the same here, but I will do that off camera because time has come on. So yeah. So yeah, that's a rather terrible showing of how to do mana, but as I said, these buildings are new and I'm still learning them, so hopefully you get it, and if not, let me know and I will try and explain a bit better now I've got my head around them a bit more. And I'll play with them a little bit off camera now just to see what's what, what's where. I won't be able to, I'll fit this up here and we can play with their boosters and stuff next time, and I assume they work exactly the same way, so. But anyway, we'll leave this here and we'll come next time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.